I was so fortunate that I got the opportunity to do this spontaneous translation for His Holiness the Dalai Lama during the Mind and Life conferences. I have seen so many great scientists, particularly from the Europe and America, that are very curious to know about Tibetan Buddhist philosophy. For so many years, over thousands of years, wisdom, Tibetan wisdom. Sometimes what happens, okay, in your area, is all the water is very fresh, like mountains, rivers, trees, very fresh. And naturally, it's very good for you, for your health. But in the big cities, there's a scarcity of pure water, right? They have to filter, process. Now, what I have noticed here, it's, young monks are so fortunate because they provide a clean drinking water. Good afternoon. 제가 가고 싶죠. 괜찮다. 아니, 가졌다 이마 가졌지 말아. 고래 잡지. 그리 레버베. When did you arrive? Kab aaya ya? And 22 you do. On 22nd of this, 22nd of last month. So you're, okay, one of you, who will explain to me, or okay, within 3 minutes, what are the different places you have visited? And what experiences you get? Anyone? 1 minute.
Yeah, any volunteer? Come on.
Any volunteer? Yes, okay. Huh? It's okay. Say it from up there. Say it from up there. Huh?
First, we just we arrived here, and first we visited two monasteries. We visited many types of monasteries, such as the non-rolling monastery and many monasteries. After that, we visited that Sera Mey School, and also we visited that Sera Mey Monastery. And today we are visiting here, and from that tour we got to learn many things. And before, we didn't know who made that compass and how when was it established, but later we came to know when we reached here. So today we are here.
Thank you so much. Give her a applause.
Yes.
Anyone share experience in English? Tanda pomoji dua tanda. No, somebody else. Okay. Kastele.
It's been around maybe 17, 16 days we have been here, and our last to many monasteries. And
have told you about
Okay.
monasteries, and so I'm going to tell about the TCV school
Okay.
we visited there. Uh, I guess it was the second tour, and there you get the chance to interact with the students,
Okay.
and there everything was so nice. Like they have something like each month they give a name to month, like compassion month, kindness month, and every student they need to stick what they have done. Like if the month is about compassion,
Mhm.
they have to write what act they have done according to compassion, and I like that very much. And their science lab, chemistry, physics, everything was well arranged, and I was amazed to see that.
Wow,
And
it's good to know that.
and the library, they have three libraries, and one library was means
Book and description.
Book for these kids, yeah. Yeah, who's usually for the small kids, yeah?
yeah. And I guess it was they told us like it was initiative taken by their ex-students, and I was really inspired by that. And their teachers were really nice. Like teachers, their student was also so nice. Means we were sent to a class, and we were told to interact with them. And I interact with four children, four of my friends, and they shared everything about the school. And I was like, I want to study at that school. And they were like, you can always come.
Okay, give her a hand. Yeah. 多謝。當然都點就都馬書啊。當然都點呢就 Any question on education, how to learn, right? How to develop your skill? Điểm bay na, nhớ chừng nào rồi có chỉ thu để I will be able to help. But prior to this, I'm curious to know about how much do you know about 4 commitments of His Holiness the Dalai Lama? There. I was so fortunate that I got the opportunity to do this spontaneous translation for His Holiness the Dalai Lama during the Mind and Life conferences. I have seen so many great scientists, particularly from the Europe and America, they were very curious to know about Tibetan Buddhist philosophy. For so many years, over thousands of years, Tibetan wisdom, right? And in Western countries, despite being very rich, so-called in modern education, they have earned so many degrees. They are very rich. However, many a time what happens, they feel very unhappy, right? Not alone themselves, but within the community also, they feel, not fit. So in other words, they were not happy. They were not healthy. Healthy in the sense, physically, you need to be happy, physically fit, mentally sound, emotionally stable, socially viable. So they approach His Holiness the Dalai Lama and to learn more about that. Now, see, His Holiness the Dalai Lama says, in this world, lots of war is going on, lots of fights is going on, right? In the name of religion, in the name of class, in the name of gender, in the name of colors, creed, right? And because of this, what happens? The world will become not a happy place to live in. So he says, I have 4 commitments. All these commitments based on what? Human nature, innate nature, intrinsic nature. Number 1, we all love our parents, right? We all like to be happy. We all like someone, taking care of us. Basically, we all have that human value. That is a fundamental, that is innate, intrinsic. However, when with the small young children, they play. But once you grow up, then they start differentiating. You are girl. I'm a boy. You are from Africa. You have a different color, black color. I'm white. You are rich and you are poor. So they discriminate. Because of this, institutions of the world, the place becomes very unhappy. And he says, scientifically proved, we all have innate goodness. C learning, you know, social, cultural, correct. Correct. C, social, emotional, ethical learning. 재단 디디스. 이건 어떻든 전부 제디스. 이거도 가래 단다 she explain. 이거도 가르송 배. Second commitment, religious harmony. Right, so many fights going on. Right in Gaza. Right, Hindus and Muslims, among the Buddhists, among the Christians, Protestant and Catholic, they were fighting in the name of religion. And he said, philosophically speaking, the may be different. But fundamentally, all the religion basically says, we all love one another, we all have a good nature, tolerance, compassion, right? Okay, these are the goodness of all the human being. It's inherent. All believe. So let us not talk about when we meet. Okay, if I interact with a Muslim or Christian, right? We don't talk about the philosophy. That is individual religion, right? So he divided. He says, Buddhist, for example, Buddhist science, Buddhist philosophy, and Buddhist religion. Religion is what? Religion is personal. Whereas Buddhist philosophy and Buddhist science, any religion. So people believing in religion can adopt, can learn. Even the atheist, you know atheist? Who doesn't believe in religion? Right? All this. Somebody got it? Yes. Preservation of Tibetan culture, particularly religion and language. There across the Himalaya, Tibetans, right? For so many years, under their clutch, communist Chinese, they are systematically destroying Tibetan culture. Now, so many young Tibetans, small kids, they've been sent to China in the boarding schools, and they were not taught Tibetan. So Tibetan culture has been slowly, systematically destroyed. Alright? So the conservation of Tibetan culture, His Holiness says, it's very, very important. Because all the Buddha Dharma, we have translated, when Shantideva went to Tibet a long time back, okay, translated into Tibetan, from Sanskrit to Tibetan, we have preserved. Remember that? Oh. And then we have a monastery here. So they come here. You have come here and you learn Tibetan. Let's preach so that you will learn and you become a good person. Right? You learn the Buddhist. Okay, essence. Essence ni wagare. Tawa Tenjun da choba. Choba meba. Tawa Tenjun philosophy is interdependent. Tawa Tenjun. Action is non-violence. Yeah. And we can help the world to be a happier. Shiva did. Yeah. Indian culture. What we have learned, we got it from Nalanda. All this is we preserve. Now, Indian younger generation, they are so much concerned about improving English, about modernization, and they forget the value, wisdom, Indian culture. Because of this, we saw in a field. Now it is high time to pay it forward back to Indian people. Because we have preserved, right? Fair work. You have to pay now.